Hi, I'm Jackie. Most modern medicine is based on the belief that type 2 diabetes is a permanent condition, and it's expected to get worse because it usually does. Most treatment is just to slow it down a bit, to postpone the inevitable. The downsides of type 2 diabetes are many. Trying to eat and exercise the way they recommend while remaining fat and getting fatter, poking your finger constantly to see how you're doing, and doctors scowling at your lab results and treating you as a naughty child as they pile on more and more meds, possibly including multiple daily injections of insulin, various aches and pains, and even disabilities ascribed to aging or menopause, lack of desire or even flat-out impotence, and fear of a future that might contain regular dialysis, being trapped in a wheelchair, blindness, or dying of a heart attack. But diabetes is basically just insulin resistance, that many parts of your body resist the action of insulin, raising your blood glucose. And the evidence is in. Insulin resistance is caused by having very high insulin. Some doctors understand this and give good advice to their patients about how to recover from diabetes. A few have even invested their time into writing books, giving talks, and making videos about how to reverse diabetes. I am grateful to them for teaching me. If you attended my webinar, you are likely tired of being a type 2 diabetic, and if you haven't seen my webinar yet, the replays are linked to in this post. In that webinar, I explain in detail how to use the twin tools of low-carb diet and time-restricted eating as the fastest, most powerful way to naturally reverse insulin resistance. It's simple, really. It's about eating less often and few carbohydrates when you do. But simple is not easy. And you probably think you can't do it. The day before my first fast, I told a friend that I understood the research, knew it would work, but I didn't know if I could do it. She encouraged me, and it turned out she was right. I was walking without support my first week. In less than 2 months, I took my last insulin shot, and it's been almost 2 years since I scored a diabetic A1C now. I learned a lot during my journey with the support of like-minded individuals. I learned that adaptation was one of the key factors of success in my little community. We're all different, and we've all likely learned by now that one size does not fit all. Those who adapt earn success because they choose to consider how to adapt this to their lives, rather than use their circumstances as an excuse not to change. Let's face it, we've overvalued food. We think of it as a comfort in times of stress, something to celebrate with, and that seems too important to give up. But we've given up so much of our lives to food. When you think of what eating poorly has cost you, it's rarely worth it. It's really hard to explain this from this side of diabetes, but I don't feel deprived at all. I thoroughly enjoy my food, and what I've given up seems so minimal compared to what I've gained. When you move from hope, no matter how faint, to belief, you begin to envision a future self, an ideal self. And when you make that picture of yourself really big, it is more tempting than any food you can imagine. It literally entices you and excites you, propelling you into this brand new you, in a future you could scarcely imagine before you started. Yes, it's easy to say eat keto and fast regularly, but much harder to do. But these 3 principles seem to me to be the core of what I have seen as scores of diabetics transformed into better versions of themselves. And that's what my workshop will be about. I'll teach these principles in detail, assisting you into achieving the mindset that will bring long-lasting change, a permanent metamorphosis. Because butterflies never go back into the cocoon. No, we fly. I've been there, so can lead the way, and along with your peers, we can all kick diabetes to the curb. There is more info on the workshop linked in this post. Check it out. Sign up is available through January 30th, so check it out now. I hope you join us for better health, a better life in 2022.